This is the person I am talking about. Not talking about me, not talking about the hardcore fan. I'm talking about this guy. This is the fan that I am always advocating for. So I recently just posted a video discussing how the allegations at Activision and Blizzard with the sexual misconduct, the lawsuit, all of that stuff is going very poorly, and Bobby Kotick is not being transparent about any of that information. Link for that video will be in the description, and the little card thing should pop up right about now. But there is more to the story, as a new article has come out from the Washington Post as Activision Blizzard employees continue strike. Call of Duty players bark about bugs, and bark we shall. Woof woof motherfucker. Several dozen Activision Blizzard workers remain on strike while management has not yet met their demands to reinstate 12 contractors at Activision Blizzard-owned developer Raven Software, who were laid off in December, right before Christmas, I believe, too, I think is when it was, which is just, or just around the holiday season in general, even if it wasn't right before Christmas. Like, are you kidding me? In particular, Raven Software workers tasked with checking for bugs and glitches in COD Warzone have stopped work for over 7 weeks. Holy crap. Multiple current employees told the Washington Post their absence comes at a time when numerous Warzone players, ranging from popular streamers to amateur gamers, have railed about the current state of the game on Reddit and social media, including citing game-breaking bugs or issues that severely hamper gameplay. Then, this is why I chose this article in particular. We have tons of major streamers talking in this article. And I don't know if they were directly quoted in the Washington Post article, like if they got contacted or what. But the quotes are pretty important, and that's why I think it's a good thing that we cover this video. You can't leave your game broken for a month. You're going to lose a lot of players, Jay God said. He discussed the impact of Raven Software employees taking leave on holidays while the gameplay remained buggy. The strike began December 6th when over 60 Raven Software workers walked out in protest of their parent company laying off the 12 studio QA testers. It's Activision Blizzard's third work stoppage in 6 months since Activision was sued in late July over sexual harassment and misconduct claims. And this is why we're seeing Vanguard in the absolute piss poor state that it is. And it's very hard to be mad at the devs here. And this is what we talk about in the streams all the time. It's just so complicated. Like the fans are suffering at the internal issues over at Activision, Blizzard, Raven, Treyarch, Infinity Ward. But it's hard to be mad at them because no human being deserves to be treated like this. However, the fans, let's just say, I use this example all the time. You're a college student, you study 20 hours a week, you work 30 hours a week, you're doing a ton of stuff. Well, you probably have to work a little more than that, but you get what I'm saying. You work at the restaurant for a couple hours so you can buy this game, and you have limited time between classes and your partner and your parents and all this stuff, and you just want to play COD for a little bit, and you can't even load it up on your Xbox without it crashing, or the game doesn't work, or you just bought a new bundle and it's not working properly. And it's like, how am I supposed to be upset when it's like these people are getting treated like absolute crap, getting fired before the holidays, getting sexually assaulted? It's just such a awful predicament. On December 7th, at least 200 Activision Blizzard workers across the company's various studio sites walked out of work as part of a current strike, which has no set end date according to those involved. This article came out yesterday, by the way. Workers have demanded that the company reverses the December layoffs and that all Raven QA contractors receive full-time positions. So this is specifically for just Warzone. But I guarantee you that this is bleeding into all of the other facets of Call of Duty. It's a well-oiled machine, and if you just take out one cog, it's going to jam up all the other parts of the machine. Activision Blizzard has not responded to employees' demands, the employees said. Yeah, okay, read that right. Although it sent out a letter to employees same week, the strike began to advise them to consider the consequences. Oh my gosh. Whew, that's not what you want to say after you've been sexually assaulting your employees, to consider the consequences of what, you're doing with your strike and for what changes they want internally. A lot of people felt upset that they were being asked to replace those who were let go, said a current QA tester for Activision in Minnesota. Xbox and Lego have publicly said that they are reconsidering their relationships with Activision Blizzard and the allegations about a toxic corporate culture and sexual harassment that came to light. Activision Blizzard has not responded. Of course they're not, because they're keeping tight-lipped, which I understand from a legal standpoint they have to do, because if they admit any wrongdoing, that means that they are fully liable. So that's just how the legal system works. It's not great. I get that part, but they need to be transparent. They can't be threatening the employees that they are firing and harassing and saying that they don't deserve, proper work environments. I mean, that's just absolutely insane. The reason the games are buggier is definitely due to the strikes, said a second QA tester, who added normally massive bugs would be caught by QA assurance testers before making out to the live version of the game. You can't just lose some of your hardest working people and expect nothing to happen. And dumping their workload onto others, especially during the holidays, especially during a launch window, especially during a sexual assault allegation lawsuit. Gamers playing Warzone have noted that the game is filled with bugs that have diminished their enjoyment of playing it. On January 4th, Activision sued Engine Owning, a Germany-based business that sell. Oh yeah, that's right. So they have time to do that in the midst of all of this shit, while people are losing their jobs and they're sexually assaulting everybody. Twitch streamers and YouTubers have recently posted a number of videos demonstrating their frustrations and glitches with the overall state of Warzone. Some of the other players who have spoke with the post said that they are aware of the ongoing strike and voice support for the workers, while others had not heard of the situation. It makes it even harder to support the game when Activision's harassment issues towards women led to a major walkout several months ago, said Mondo Garvey, 25, who works at a construction company in Georgia, and now them laying off many of Raven's employees and Raven workers going on strike. Both companies are in shambles, and the light at the end of the tunnel seems a lot dimmer. Taylor Bemis, a forklift driver from Ohio, repping my state, said that while Warzone has had its bugs since March of 2020, the game has recently plagued with a lot more issues, like an in-game cosmetic that turns player invisible. It's very frustrating. I'm playing the game at my leisure. I play the game to blow off stream. This is exactly what I talk about. This is the person I am talking about. I'm not talking about me. I'm not talking about the hardcore fan. I'm talking about this guy. This is the fan that I am always advocating for. It's very frustrating. I'm playing the game at my leisure. I'm playing the game to blow off steam and stress and to talk to some friends. I'm not playing the game to become J-God or Iceman Isaac or trying to be part of FaZe Clan. It's almost at the point where the game is unplayable and that outlet for me will be taken away. The next part of the article talks about how the Activision Blizzard spokespeople are aware of these bugs and they've put out statements and stuff, which is good. I want them to be transparent, but we need to see action taking place from the standpoint of their employees, from the standpoint of the community. And then we have our last quote here from FaZeJev. Things are still kind of broken, said FaZeJev, who is known for his COD videos, in a January 13th video about Warzone, which noted that in-game cosmetics for weapons that he owns are still not showing up in the game. We spent the last 2 months waiting for this camo to get fixed. Obviously, he's talking about the mastery camos here. I mean, Tim the Tap Man is rage quitting. I know that they use this stuff to clickbait and everything, and it's fine. It's funny. We like to watch glitches and bugs, but this is absolutely insane. The fact that the Washington Post is writing articles about how a staple of our culture is in shambles should show you something. And again, this is the guy that I am advocating for. Every time I complain about Call of Duty and I talk about how it's bullshit that we are playing these games that cost upwards of hundreds of dollars, because through the course of the life cycle, you buy $20 skins every couple weeks, that adds up quick. Plus the deluxe package, plus all this other crap, plus your internet, plus all this stuff. It adds up to a lot of money. And this is the guy who I'm talking about. The forklift player from Ohio. That's who is important here. And average people are suffering at the hands of Activision not taking care of their employees. It's just absolutely asinine, and all of this stuff is just connected in a way that it's just unfathomable, and it makes me feel bad for the devs, makes me feel bad for the QA testers, makes me feel bad for the people that are just random players. I don't know when it's going to get fixed or if it ever is going to, but something has to change. But before we wrap up here, I wanted to quickly show a QA tester who I think works at Raven. Let me just see here. Doesn't actually say. Activision QA. She has been actually speaking out against Activision a lot. You can go down her timeline and she is very outspoken. But she said something here. I understand that people are upset about their games and that they're broken. I wish they wouldn't take it out on QA. The bugs that people see in the game, there's already a report in there. And this is, I think, a very, very good thing that she said this, because, again, there seems to be a disconnect from a lot of people who are pissed off about the game, myself included, where we tend to blame Activision for so many things, but then it gets to a point where you're like, well, what about the devs? Like, don't they bear some responsibility here? Yes, they do, but also they don't, because they're reporting to their boss. Their boss is Activision. Their boss is the Treyarch execs. Their boss is the Infinity Ward execs or the Raven execs. The top tier people that aren't really developing the game, but rather leading the teams of developers to create the product that we know and love. And Kate here is not at fault. Kevin Drew is not at fault. You know, Corey, whatever, the guy that made Gorod Crovey in Cold War Zombies, he's not at fault. It's the people above him that we don't know. It's the people above them that we don't see that are at fault, that are firing people, that are pushing them to the side, that are doing the sexual assaulting. Those are the people at fault. Well, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, hit that thumb. If you didn't like it, hit the other thumb. And if you loved it, well, that red button shows me that you did. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace out, everybody.
Yeah.